I'll tell you what this video is not going to be. It's not going to be me barking at you being like, you need to post on social media. If you're not, you're missing out on all this opportunity. We get it, right? Musicians have been hearing that for years, how great social media is. But let's be honest, we just want to make music, right? We don't really feel like manipulating somebody into listening to our song. We just want people to find our music organically and enjoy it. So I'm just going to give you guys my story, how I went from 0 to 200,000 followers on social media, the benefits I've seen from it, some of the tips and tricks I've learned along the way. I'm going to tell you guys everything. Hopefully this helps, and hopefully this is better than somebody just yelling at you to start making content. I want to take us back to the start of my social media journey when I just started making beats. I just wanted to get some stuff out there, thinking if I don't put anything out there, I'm not going to get anyone to hear it. So when I just started putting up my beats with a picture. They didn't perform very well. Then I slowly started putting myself in videos. But I think if I was to change anything, I would really define a goal of what my social media was, right? At the start, I thought I wanted to be like an EDM DJ, right? I thought I was just going to make like remixes to songs and like then perform at festivals and all this stuff. But then I fell out of love with EDM, so I moved on to trying to get beat sales as a producer. That didn't go as well as I thought it was going to. I really didn't make a ton of sales trying to sell beats. So then I moved on to becoming this lo-fi producer. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to put out a bunch of lo-fi music and I'm going to get a ton of streams on my lo-fi beats and I'm going to make money off streaming. That also didn't go that well. I got pretty bored of lo-fi pretty quickly. There's not a whole lot you can do with it. But it's kind of funny, as I was like shifting goals, I did slowly build up a following regardless of what I was doing as a music producer. And then I kind of settled on, okay, I'll be an influencer on social media, but I'll still put out my own music on Spotify. And I've been focusing on growing both areas. Why I bring up that point is the content you're posting should reflect your goals. When I was trying to be an EDM DJ, I was posting a bunch of EDM content, right? When I was trying to become a lo-fi producer, I was posting a bunch of lo-fi stuff. So whatever you're trying to be, keep it to that. Try not to stray too far from the path of what you're trying to do and what your goal is. Along with that start, I quickly realized that social media at its core is all about interaction. So what I would do to get some interaction is I would go on the hashtag of like Instagram and I would just find other music producers under like hashtag music producer or hashtag beat maker. I'd click on their stuff, I'd like it, I'd leave a comment, be like, hey, I really like this. Maybe I follow them, send them a DM. And I kind of started to grow this very small group of producers that liked each other, followed each other, liked their stuff, and it just kind of went from there. So now when I'm posting a video, maybe I have like 20 people that are like going to like and comment, not because I'm like begging them to like and comment, because I actually made a genuine connection with them and we're like friends at this point on social media. And I want to say this, since I brought up friends, I'm not talking about my friends in real life. Let's be honest. Like, my friends in real life, they're cool. I love them to death, but they really don't care about the music that I'm making or becoming a music producer, right? They all have their own jobs. So try to find people that are interested in similar stuff as you. A great way to do that is online. It's a lot harder to do that in real life. So that's what I would say. Don't rely on your actual friends to like grow your social media at the start. Find people that are actually interested in what you do. And to be brutally honest, this is still a staple of what I do today. Every time I post, I try to respond to as many comments as I can. I try to respond to as many DMs as I can. I used to reply to all my DMs and all my comments for years. I was posting so much. I had a lot of followers and I was still doing it. It's just impossible now for me to get to all of them, but it was really something that I think built a genuine connection with a lot of my quote-unquote fans, is because I would actually interact with them and actually respond to their comments, answer their questions. So if you're trying to grow on social media, that's something you should really do. Focus on that actual interaction. That's what social media is for. I know everyone and their mother, once again, says you got to be consistent. And it's true, unfortunately. I actually posted for 3 years straight, and that's not an exaggeration. Every single day, one video a day for 3 years straight. I deleted some of them, but most of the time the videos stayed up and I actually made a video every single day for 3 years straight. So that's consistency at its finest. I don't post as often anymore, but that's consistency. So if you want to start to grow, you are going to have to be pretty consistent, in my opinion. But with that being consistent, it's not so much like you're being consistent so every post can be the greatest thing ever. I think sometimes people get confused by the being consistent part. We're not being consistent so every single video can be better than the next and we're going to, just keep growing and growing and going viral. It's more so like, while I was consistent for 3 years, I began to learn and understand what people actually wanted to see, what works for me, what doesn't. I was doing a lot of testing, posting all sorts of kinds of videos to see what would work, find what sticks. And over those 3 years, I actually found a couple things that continuously worked for me. And that was huge. Like just being able to understand some of the basic stuff. Oh, this video didn't do well because the text looks like this and it didn't look like this, or the intro is too this and not short enough. Like all that stuff comes into play. I think that's what you get out of being consistent, not you're going to blow up or go viral for sure if you post for 3 years straight. I want to take a quick sec. I do have a social media course for musicians and producers. It shows how I edit, how I film, lighting, my content strategy, all sorts of stuff. It comes with sample packs, a posting schedule, a Discord for me to review your content. So that's down at the link below. You can check that out. I promise it'll help you. If you don't see growth after 30 days, I'll give you your money back. But back to the video. So once I did all that testing, posting for years, and actually putting out a bunch of stuff and building up my community, I've actually started to post less often, still consistent, but less often. And I just try to make every post as good as it possibly can. So I'm going for more of the quality over the quantity route. I used to make videos and just throw the music portion of it together. Like I wouldn't even care what the beat sounded like as long as I got a video out. That's not what I'm doing now. I genuinely try to make the music as good as it possibly can be and then make the content around that so people actually appreciate the music and not just the videos I'm making around the music. Because at the end of the day, good music wins. If the music is not that great and you're trying to make a page about music, then no matter how good your content is, people are not going to stick around if it's about the music and the music isn't that good. Along with keeping people around, I really try to prioritize watch time now. Now, what do I mean by watch time? If somebody is watching your video and it's a 30-second long video and they only watch 2 seconds of it, that is nothing, right? These social media apps want to keep people on their apps as long as possible so they can make as much money as possible from people watching ads. That's why you see the most engaging stuff when you're scrolling on your feed. If you have a 40-second long video, you want people to be watching it for like 35, 38 seconds, like 90% of the video, and engaging with it. That's what's going to show these platforms that it's a good post. People spamming comments or spamming the like button doesn't actually help. How long are they watching and how engaged are they during the entire video is really what's important. The last tip I have is I am just extremely open now. I used to kind of try to put on this like facade of like, this is what I'm doing and like I'm trying to look cool. I now genuinely am just 100% myself. I speak my mind like I do in these videos. I try to be as open and honest about my process and everything that I'm doing, and that has seemed to help me a lot. And with that, I'm also just posting what I like. I think a lot of people are like trying to post or do something that's different from everybody else. It's like, if you like what someone else is doing, post that. Post what you like. At the end of the day, it's going to be more efficient for you because you actually enjoy it versus you trying to like work super hard to put out a video that you don't like. Post what you like. If you enjoy it, continue to do it. That's my story. Those are the tips that I have. I know social media can be a burden, but it is a great opportunity to get your stuff heard and get your name out there. All the opportunities I've ever gotten in my career have come from social media. So hopefully this helps. That's how I went from 0 to 200,000. It's a long road. You go through ups and downs, but I promise it's worth it. And there's no better time to start than right now.